marijuana, cannabis, weed, grass, pot, dope. It's a substance that sparks strong opinions. The topic of legalization has been debated for decades and is still controversial as ever. As of June 25, 2019, 14 states and territories have approved adult use cannabis. 33 states, the District of Columbia, Guam, Puerto Rico, and the United States Virgin Islands have approved a comprehensive, publicly available medical marijuana cannabis program. Despite this, marijuana still remains a federally illegal Schedule I drug. Worse yet, the penalties for these crimes are completely unproportional, with convicts facing several years in jail and high fines for crimes that don't harm anyone. According to the harm principle, people who aren't harming anyone or doing anything to hurt one another should be able to do as they please. According to the foundations of retributive justice, the punishment should proportionally fit the crime. With alcohol having similar effects, it makes no sense that crimes related to marijuana are punished so much more severely. The only evidence that marijuana is wrong are the laws that prohibit its usage. It's not inherently unethical. It's mala in prohibita, not mala in se, so criminalization doesn't have an ethical support either. Because marijuana usage is not inherently unethical, the punishments for usage are far too severe.
The immediate solution some may jump to is full legalization without restriction. To equivocate marijuana to alcohol, we have to acknowledge that both have potentially harmful effects. The general effect of marijuana can be very positive or negative depending on the person. Some common effects that can vary are heightened sensory perception, changes in mood, altered perception of time, increased appetite, impaired coordination, difficulty with thinking and problem solving, and impaired memory. With regular, larger quantities of intake, side effects can include hallucinations, delusions, and psychosis. With such widely varying and intense effects, full legalization without restriction is a misjudged idea. Rather, a better solution could be to increase proportionality of punishment by equivocating marijuana to alcohol. Possession shouldn't be illegal, rather the usage, consequences of usage, and how this affects others should be punishable.
Alcohol and tobacco are also dangerous substances, in some cases more dangerous than marijuana. However, unlike marijuana, both are legal. You can't die from a marijuana overdose. However, approximately 6 people per day die from alcohol poisoning. In a study that ranked substance by accounting for both harm to self and to others, alcohol ranked first, tobacco 6th, and marijuana 8th. Some of the arguments against the legalization of marijuana can apply to alcohol, tobacco, or both. These include increased incidence of teen usage and health complications, increased number of traffic accidents, that substances are addictive, therefore the dependent population will increase, and overall health risks. There needs to be more research on the dynamic between the extent of legalization and the effects on public safety. Because the effects on public safety are similar, it makes no sense that comparable offenses have different ramifications. It's notable that there are no laws prohibiting usage, just possession, manufacturing, trafficking, and sale. Even though marijuana is similar to alcohol, it is a different substance than alcohol. Therefore, the same rules can't always apply.
For example, it's unclear whether or not marijuana usage actually increases crash risk. This is mainly because a roadside test doesn't exist to test marijuana levels. There's no quick, easy way to tell marijuana intoxication levels. Additionally, when people drive under the influence of multiple substances, it's impossible to tell which is the most responsible for an incident. Advocating for this change is made increasingly difficult by the process of altering mandatory minimums. As states legalize marijuana to varying degrees, the problem remains largely on a federal level where mandatory minimums require harsh penalties. Changing sentencing laws is a process that goes through Congress. As all things related to Congress, this tends to be a very long process with potentially very little gain. In order to gain any progress in the legalization of marijuana, it's incredibly important to let your voice be heard. Contact your representatives if this is important to you. These are some organizations pushing for the legalization of marijuana. We can't directly rewrite laws or get rid of mandatory minimums, but we can pressure those who can.